Hello, fellow Slinky lovers. Al here. The Linking Slinkies podcast will be taking a little break for some well-needed R&R, whatever the hell that stands for. 2021 has been a huge year for us, and we appreciate every one of you beautiful creatures. Every like, every comment, and every email just makes our day. 2022 is going to be a big one for us, so strap in and strap on for the year of the Slinky. Here are just some of our favourite clips from the year, so enjoy these slightly used clips and remember, never fix your mate's Slinky.
So, what's this week's episode called, Alex?
This week's episode is going to be called Hey Brandon.
Can you tell us a little bit more about why the episode's called Hey Brandon?
I can indeed. So, this is one of my pet peeves.
What's your name again? What's your
name?
name?
My name is Alex Brandon.
There we go.
But my work sets the emails up as surname, first name. So even though my email address is Alex Brandon, blah, 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 everyone starts every single email with, hey, Brandon, every single time. I can literally walk down to the office, the back office, and I'll talk to someone and they'll be like, oh, hey, Alex, I need a new monitor, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, all right, just send me an email. By the time I get back to my desk, I'll get the email and I open it up and it reads, hey, Brandon. They just called me Alex 5 minutes before that, and they typed the email out, hey, Brandon. Like, I have two first names, but come on, like, why would Alex be my last name?
You've been snapping me this for over a year, I reckon. This has been going on for a long, long time.
Long time. But it happened on my personal email as well the other day.
Yeah, how'd that happen?
But, my daughter's gymnastic teacher sent me an email that said, hi, Brandon. In my email address, it's Alex Brandon at blah, blah, blah. How do you even get Brandon out of that?
I don't
Do
know.
they really think my last name is Alex, or are they just not thinking?
Brandon Alex. But yeah, look, what's incredible is then you have all the other people at your work where you do not take the opportunity to use their last name.
Yeah.
It's like you hold yourself higher to what they do, but there is some rippers that I would like. There was this one, and it was like a huge Sri Lankan last name. And her first name was like Tina or something. So it was really obvious what her first name was. Yeah. And she called you Hey Brandon. And I just really wanted you to be like, hey, the 3-paragraph last name, and then continue on with your email.
I do that sometimes with the people I know well enough, and they can have a joke around. Good. But I got to start doing it to all people. They start actually calling me my name finally.
How do we fix it?
I'm just going to change my name. It's just at this point, it's just easier to change my name. I'm just going to be Brandon.
Brandon.
BB. So I was thinking for this one, I've been really getting into Kath and Kim. So I assume you like every Australian have seen Kath and Kim, right?
Love Kath, love Kim.
So for everybody listening that doesn't know what Kath and Kim is, basically it's a really famous Australian TV show. It's probably one of Australia's most famous TV show, really. For really Australian TV shows. It's pretty famous.
And it's everyone's neighbor, right? Like if they just put a film crew into your neighbor, you just know that it'd be a very similar TV show.
That's what I love about it. It's speaking of nostalgia before, it really takes me back to that 2000s Australia before everyone was addicted to a smartphone. Listen to me, old man. It just reminds me of that time, and I really like it. It's this really nice feeling to rewatch it. And I watched it all. I binged it all. Have you seen all the episodes?
Probably not all of them, but I reckon I've seen a fair few.
Yeah,
It was on over night time. I'd watch it before bed.
Yeah, I love Kath and Kim. So I was
giving
really
Jones.
getting behind it and just getting in IMDb and looking at the people. I think it was, I forget the name, Gina Turner or whoever the main people are. I was looking at their IMDb and I thought, I wonder what else they've done. And they were a writer for Kath and Kim USA. Did you know there's an American version of Kath and Kim?
I did not know that.
It is horrible. If you go on YouTube, everyone go on YouTube, type in Kath and Kim American version, and they have a trailer on there. And I'm going to put the audio in here so you can listen to it.
This is Kath. She just found out her grown daughter's moving back in.
Would it make you feel better if you got up and made us some nachos?
Kath and Kim. Apparently, you can go home again. Thursdays this fall on NBC. We're doing it again.
You're getting a divorce. It's over. OBUR.
Australia's #1 show
Come on in if you're sexy.
comes to NBC.
Your mother has told me so much.
Kath and Kim.
I don't know where my marriage went wrong. Oh my God, are you serious, you jerk?
Apparently, you can go home again. Just be careful when you get there.
How about a cup of joe for this tired soldier?
Thursdays this fall on NBC.
It is so bad. They take everything good about Kath and Kim and try and turn into this cheesy American sitcom.
Yeah.
They just take the basic premise and turn it into this horrible show. They don't even have Sharon, the lovable friend that's a bit jolly and plays netball. They don't even have her in it.
Is it even Kath and Kim then?
No. Well, there is a Kath and there is a Kim, but it's just
still not the minimum requirement though, is it? If you don't know Sharon.
Yeah.
I feel like that's the minimum requirement.
Yeah. I feel like they're just so desperate for shows. They just look up big shows in other countries and just try and steal them.
But there's pretty famous actors playing the parts.
Who's in there?
Like the John Michael Higgins, he's in
Oh,
it.
yeah.
And
Yeah, I
Molly Shannon.
like Kim.
Yeah, they're funny people.
They are, but it's just, there's just something you can't take away from. It's so Australian. You just can't remake it in America.
Yeah, it's by Saturday Night Live, the people who have done it. And Saturday Night Live's pretty good. But yeah, you're right. So do they is it trying to replicate Australia, or is it trying to do like the same version but an American family?
It's just trying to do the same version but in an American family. So in Kath and Kim, the Australian version, the mum's a bit old school, the daughter's self-described hornbag, and it's very that era in Australia. We all know these people. We all knew a friend of a friend that would like them, that acted like them. Yeah. The nuances, how they talk, the humor as they called it. But they just tried to copy to American. They changed things, like they just changed certain items to be American, and it just does not work at all. It's got a horrible rating on IMDb. But I was looking up, then I got thinking, well, what else has America stolen from Australia? So there is actually a few shows that they've tried to remake. So did you know that originally Australia had the $1 million Wheel of Fortune?
Hey.
Wheel of Fortune. The US stole it from us, mate. They stole it.
They stole Wheel of Fortune.
Yeah. We had it first.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah. So do you know Wilfred?
Yeah.
Have you seen Wilfred?
Again, bits and pieces.
Yeah, so that's about big
guy
talking
dressed up as a dog, right?
Yeah. Big talking dog. And it's great. It's really good. But the US stole that as well.
Oh, no.
Yeah. I don't think I actually haven't seen the American version of that. It might be okay, but I doubt it. And guess who starred in Wilfred, the American version?
Hey.
Elijah Wood.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah. So it must
they've
be
got some big actors still in our shows. Though, right?
Exactly.
Like they're not as if they're people you never heard of.
But I don't think it just works when you just steal the show. Well, I guess they're not
Yeah.
stealing, but they're just not coming up with original idea.
Yeah.
Or they're not.
Um,
They're just taking an Australian show and turning it to an American. They're Americanizing.
Yeah. I think Kath and Kim's a tough one because what makes it great is what it is.
Yeah.
But with like Country Got Talent, that's something every country can have.
Yeah.
But like Kath and Kim, like I don't want to see a Kath and Kim in Bangladesh or something like that. Like it's probably not going to resonate with me too much.
So I was thinking as well, like if America was going to steal other Australian TV shows, I was thinking they could, Play School.
Oh
is
yeah,
pretty Australian, man. My kids like that.
Yeah.
I was thinking if America did a version of Play School, they would be Play School Shooter. So it'd be open wide, come inside. Holy shit, he's got a gun. It's Play School.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, the Saddle Club. That'd be the Rifle Club.
Still teenage girls, but instead of ponies, it's just rifles.
Yeah.
Still fighting over boys, shooting each other.
And of course, the famous Australian TV show, The Chasers War and Everything.
Yeah.
Just be the war and everything.
It wouldn't be a joke, it'd just be serious.
Yeah. They need to double down on Americanism, if that's a word.
Oh boy, my meat is just not tender enough. My husband will surely be disappointed yet again. Whatever can I do?
Mama, is dinner ready yet?
Not now, Karen. Mummy's having a moment.
Does this ever happen to you? Do you constantly have untender meat? Are you worried you will not satisfy your husband? Well, we have the perfect product for you. Try Meat Spin's patent-pending meat spinner today. Meat Spin takes your thick meat and spins it in a scientific manner known as the "you spin me right round" method to achieve delicate tenderness. With Meat Spin taking care of all your needs, your old reality will seem like a thing of the past. Give Meat Spin a try with a free 30-day money-back guarantee by going to meatspin.com and view our instructional video for free. But act fast because the first 9,000 listeners will get 2 Meat Spins for the price of 1. That's meatspin.com.
You know what really grinds my gears?
Oh.
Classic Family Guy reference. I think that was
Classic
off the
Family Guy.
movie, wasn't it? Wasn't there a Family Guy movie? I can't remember.
No,
now.
I'm pretty sure it was some episodes. They had Peter, he gets a role on the news.
News
in
on
a
the
segment,
news,
it
yeah.
grinds my gears.
But you know what really grinds my gears, mate?
What's that, mate?
Besides everything and besides COVID sneezes,
Mhm.
real estate agent signs.
Real estate agent signs, right? All right, talk us through.
How many real estate agent signs have you seen that is just a picture of the person, male, female, non-binary, whatever you are, the person on there and their number, and it just says bestseller in South Tamworth. How often have you been in the car driving with the missus, looking at a bus stop and going, oh, you know what, babe? Let's buy a house. Let's do it. Come on. I wasn't thinking about it, but come on. Bloody Steve Sullivan from Real Estate South Tamworth. Sorry if that's a real person. Bloody on the sign, just standing there, his face. There's nothing special. The person's just on the sign. They're just like, it's the only thing, it's the only company or business or whatever where the advertisement is just a person standing there.
Yeah.
Well, I guess besides strippers or whatever, but the person's just standing there. Like they're not, what's the product?
Yeah.
Them?
Yeah, just a suit
Nice teeth.
Who is looking for a real estate agent so much that they're driving around looking at a bus stop and going, shit, yes, Jenny Cheng from Cheng's Real Estate. Yeah, I like the way she looks on that bus stop. Come on, let's give her a buzz. Sell the house.
Let's give her a buzz. I think,
Come on, kids, we're out.
I think that's probably more where it's coming from. Not so much buying a house, but more if I was to sell a house, who would I sell through? The person who has the most pictures around town.
The most pictures?
The most pictures. You know, if like you sell your house, you're just like, oh, we probably need to sell our house. I don't actually know a real estate agent. Hang on. I've seen, what was it? Stephen Curry? What did you say his name was?
I don't know.
Sullivan.
Stephen Curry.
Sullivan. Stephen Sullivan. I've seen Steve Sullivan everywhere. I might give him a call. If he can afford billboards at bus stops.
Yeah. Would that make you want to sell your house with Steve-O?
I don't know. I've never had to sell my house. Maybe it does. Write us in.
Write us in.
Does Steve Sullivan's photo at the bus stop make you want to sell your house or buy a house?
Yeah. Yeah. I'm sick of real estate signs. They're only good when you'd like when the kids draw mustaches on them or like a SWAT sticker on the forehead or something like that.
Tell you what, they were really good when we were younger. I had a mate that used to love crash tackling real estate signs. They made like gunshot noises, just straight into it. But that's wrong, and don't do that at home.
We don't.
Yeah.
Kids listening, please don't do that. Do not
You know what
crash
grinds my
tackle.
gears?
What, mate?
When kids crash tackle real estate signs. It's just really immature.
Every real estate agent listening is like, oh, that's my biggest pet peeve. Crash tackling the signs.
Yeah, now I know who did it.
Just make it out of metal, you'll be right.
No, I get it. I get what you're saying.
Okay, so last week, Howie, we actually got our first sponsor. So I'd just like to acknowledge the support from our previous week's sponsor. Thank you so much for sponsoring the show. But I actually managed to pick up another sponsor this week, mate. Can you believe it?
No. What, 5 episodes in, we've got 2 sponsors.
Okay. So I'd just like to give a shout out and thank you so much. Really support them. Really helps out the show. So check them out. A nice can of regular cow milk. Oh, no. Do you love milk? Are you sick and tired of having milky poos? Well, we have an animal for you. That's right. It's a goat. Did you know you can milk a goat? Well, now you do. Goatsy's patent-pending goat milker milks all types of goats, like the mountain goat, the silky goat, the goaty goat, and many more. Goat's milk is high in vitamin G, as well as several other things. Got milk? Got goat? Well, now you do. Google Goatsy today for a visual representation of how you feel after consuming goat's milk. That's Goatse. Goatsy. Just 1 litre of Goatsy's goat milk will put the G in your P so you can stick it in the V. If for whatever reason you're unsatisfied with Goatsy's goat milk, you can always get fucked. Google Goatsy today. Goatse. Goatsy. Thanks for that.
Yeah, nice.
So, you know what really grinds my gears? Not having
What's
more
that?
sponsors. So
Not having
sponsor
more
the show.
sponsors. Sponsor the show. If you want to like get your name out there as a real estate agent on an up and coming
imagine
podcast.
if the sponsor was a real estate agent.
Look, the signs aren't working. This podcast is really up and coming. Did you know 3% of our viewers are in Italy now?
3% are from Italy. Who's listening from Italy?
Yeah, if you're listening from Italy, can you email us and tell us why?
I have totally buongiorno. Is that Italy? Is that Spanish? I forgot.
Italy's
Italian. I mean Italian. Sorry, I've offended all 3 of our listeners.
Yeah, great. Now we don't have a sponsor
Yeah.
or a listener in Italy.
Real estate sponsors canned. Our listeners from Italy are gone. All right. Anyway.
Can I suspend you so it's just the Howie podcast for 2
Yeah.
weeks? And you're back in.
Well, what really
Oh, yeah.
grinds your gears, mate?
What really grinds my gears, mate? Bots. Have you been getting bots friending you on Facebook?
Yeah. More so Instagram for me, but yeah, a bit on Facebook.
Oh, this week has been non-stop bot.
Non-stop bot.
Yeah, bots friending me on Facebook non-stop. I'll wake up in the morning to like 4 or 5 bots just friending me on Facebook. And you know what? Sometimes I get a little excited. I'll have to admit. Sometimes I go, is today the day that a supermodel wants to be my friend?
Yeah.
Sometimes I'm just like, maybe this is legit. Maybe it's not some guy just trying to get my bank details. Maybe Shania actually wants to be my friend. Like I'm a fun guy. Like
Yeah,
the photo
Shania
of her-
Smith.
Shania Smith, yeah. Maybe she does want to be my friend, but then I start thinking, if she does, what do we do? Like we
Yeah.
can't go out. We can't go out for snacks because she doesn't eat. And I can't afford like birthday presents or anything because she only has designer stuff. So what do we do?
What does your
So maybe
friendship look like?
Yeah, maybe I don't want a friend that's a supermodel, you know? Like we, you know, I want to go eat a burger and, you know, like get you a gift voucher. You know, I ain't getting you a handbag like Gucci, like that ain't happening. And yeah, I don't think there's anywhere in this town that we can go for lunch that would suit. So yeah, maybe I don't want Shania as a friend. So then I just delete them. And this is the process I go through every morning when I wake up about 4:30 is open Facebook, all these friend requests. I'm like, oh yeah, must be just a bot. And then I'm like, no, maybe they want to be my friend.
So what
But-
you're telling me is there aren't sexy single ladies in my area looking for me?
Apparently not.
Damn it.
How many have you
bots?
accepted? They're
All of
bots.
them. Yeah. How
Then
do you know
also-
they're fake with their one profile picture updated 1 week
Yeah.
ago?
And why do I still check every single time I just go in and check the profile to make? I'm just like,
just
well,
in case.
yeah, just in case it is real.
Yeah.
And Shania wants to be my friend, I'll just check the profile out. Oh, yep. Link to her page and one photo of her,
Yeah.
you know,
Up-
in
updated
a
the week.
penthouse suite doing something.
You
But-
can actually reverse image search for photos on the desktop, mate. So
Can you?
yeah, let's see if it's on Google. So that's a quick tip for people. I think you can do it now in Chrome built in. Anyone, you just right click on it and search for image on Google. There used to be an extension called Tiny Eye, mate. It was very
Yeah.
handy back in the day on the 4chan boards to see if it was original image or not.
So you reverse image search Shania and just make sure she's legit. Or not?
Yeah. And if there's no results, accept.
Except, what if you actually find the actual person and then you're just like, hey, thought you should know someone's using your photos for this. Like, they know, but like by that
Yeah.
time they probably know. That's what grinds my
that's
gears,
probably
mate.
that's probably a compliment though, right? If you're a model, you want like to be thought of a pretty single lady, right? Like, oh, how many
Do you
bot
think-
accounts have you got, Shania?
Do you think, all right, all to our female listeners,
Yes.
are you getting bots that are photos of me and Al?
No.
Like are we bots to then the female population?
No.
Like is it just
No.
you and I sharing a goon bag?
Yeah.
And then it's just a link to our page or something like that. Like, are you getting? Is it botted, spammed, botted?
But-
Let's call it botted.
But I think the point is like they use a pretty female picture to attract men to give up their credit card details, right? If people see an image of my face pop up and ask for their credit card details, I don't think that's going to work too well.
They'll give credit card details to make us go away.
Yeah,
Right.
just stop.
Just stop.
Please go away.
Yeah, but that's interesting. That's it. Like, yeah. Wonder if we are bots over in another country somewhere. Write us in if you've seen our faces as a bot. But yeah, don't want a supermodel as a friend.
Thank you very much for supporting the show. It really makes a difference, guys. You know, this show's starting to financially cost us a heap, so we need you to support our sponsors. So I'd like to give shout out to our new sponsor this week. So please, thank you for supporting the show.
That hit the spot. God, I love waffles. I just wish they were healthier.
Do you love waffles? Are you tired of being obese class 3? Well, we have a product for you. Blue Waffles Blue Waffle takes all the goodness out of blueberries and puts them into a waffle. Everybody knows that the healthiest part of a blueberry is the blue. So all we have done is taken the blue and put it into a waffle. That's right, Blue Waffle. Our scientists have been using the patent-pending Eiffel 65 machine to remove all the blue from the blueberries and jam them into your waffle. This creates not only a healthy but delicious snack on the go, at the office, at the morgue, wherever you happen to be. But act fast, because only the next 1 listeners will be entitled to this delicious deal. So be quick and call 1-800-BLUE-WAFFLE for your free complimentary blue waffle.
Blue waffle may not actually be a real waffle, but more of a gross looking vagina. So please don't call 1-800-BLUE-WAFFLE and keep listening to the podcast.
Terms and conditions apply.
Mate, have you heard of Limewire? You know anything about it?
Limewire. Now you're taking me back. Yes, I have heard of Limewire.
All right. So
for our listeners that don't know what Limewire is, do you want to explain?
So Limewire was a very old illegal downloading platform that was actually pretty easy. Like you download it, just type in whatever you want and wait 6 days for it to download because you're on dial-up. But it was just, this was how computers got viruses. There were so many viruses. But it was just so easy to use. Anyway, I remember my, brother showing me Limewire, like to download music and stuff like that. And, would listen to music and instead of having to buy CDs and stuff like that. And, it was a bit naughty. We're breaking the law, but everyone did it. So I don't think it was that bad. So we used to, then when we realized we could download movies and songs and stuff like that, or like download movies, like that was next level. So
yeah, and so this is like late 2000s.
Yeah, I'd say late
like 2008.
Yeah, primary.
80s,
No. This would be primary school. So I'm talking
primary school.
Yeah, I'm talking between 2000 and 2010. Yeah, because it got shut down for a while and got taken to court. Yeah, I remember doing it. Yeah, I remember doing it in primary school. So anyway, the Pirates of the Caribbean movie came out, the first one, and my brother and I went to watch that, and it was the best movie. Like, it was such a good movie. I was really happy with it. So when I come home, all I could do was tell my parents about the Pirates of the Caribbean. They're like, oh, it sounds like a good movie. I'm like, yeah, I can't wait for it to come out on DVD. But this was like 3 months between coming out of movies and DVDs, like back in that time.
Yeah.
So I thought, hey, what if I download it? We could watch it as a family. So I did. I found Pirates of the Caribbean. It said English. It ticked all the boxes in terms of, what I was after. I downloaded it 6 days. So in that 6 days, like the phone wouldn't ring properly because you're downloading stuff. Everybody else's, like dad couldn't work properly because the internet was so slow. No one else could use a computer. But it was a worthwhile 6 days. It was a Saturday. We sat down as a family. I had the popcorn. We had a blanket. We sat on the couch. Like, it was going to be family night. And old Dillo, really excited to show his family everything. Guess what happened?
Didn't work?
No.
What?
I hit play, and it was just a huge interracial gangbang.
Pirates of the Gangbang.
But no, that's good. So imagine that as like a 10, 12-year-old.
Was that actually in front of your
Yeah,
parents?
it was in front of the whole family. It was like a 10, 12-year-old boy. I was so excited to share this movie with the family. And huge interracial gangbang comes on our big TV. Mum's lost the plot. Dad's in stitches. My brother's gone really, embarrassed because he's introduced me to Limewire. And it was just them going to town. I don't think Mum had ever seen anything like it. And she's like run out of the room. And Dad's like chasing her to calm her down. I'm like juggling the remotes to try and turn this off. Like, why could I not find the stop button? It's like I was juggling fire. And I could not stop. And my brother's just red and goes to his room. And then like the family meeting after it. I'm like, I didn't do it on purpose. And I'm trying to explain to them that you type this stuff into Limewire and you don't necessarily get what you want out of it. They're like, well, why is that a thing? I don't know. And then I'm trying to ask my brother. He doesn't know. He's still embarrassed. Shit, what a couple of days.
Did they try and explain to you? Did they try and have like the birds and the bees talk to you after that?
I don't.
Well, sometimes a male and a female love each other very much, and sometimes lots of males love one female. It's perfectly natural.
It was perfectly natural. Mate, it was intense. It was an intense.
I love Limewire.
Yeah, I miss Limewire too. It was because occasionally you got some really good. Like I watched The Wedding Crashers. It was good. Like it was a guy filming it in a cinema. So every time someone walked, every time someone walked past to get snacks, he just missed half the movie.
Oh my God, I forgot about those bootlegs so much. Oh, so some people probably listening don't even know like what we're talking about. So when you used to pirate movies, sometimes you would get a person with a camcorder, a personal video recording device, whatever it is, sitting in the theater recording the big screen. So the audio would be horrible if someone gets up, and like you said, if someone gets up in front of the screen, like just moving in front of the screen, you're like, oh yeah, this is in a movie theater. That's so crazy to think of.
Yeah. It was intense.
Imagine watching like a bootleg now of Fast and the Furious 10, 50, whatever they're up to now. And just halfway through, someone gets up and walks in front of it. They must have been able to make a lot of... How did they make money on that?
I don't know.
Like, I get the physical... Like, if they were... Some people, like, sold physical burnt DVDs and stuff. But if you're putting in a LimeWire...
Yeah, I think they sold it and then people put it on LimeWire. So they, like, bought it and then they're just like, stick it to the man. Let's just make this free.
Yeah.
But because also they could put viruses in there and then get your
so when
details and
I
stuff
would
like that. Yeah.
So when I would download Linking Park in the end.mp3.exe and run that on the family computer, and then it'd be like full of viruses. Thanks, LimeWire.
Thanks, LimeWire.
Yeah, it's real Russian roulette with LimeWire. Hit and miss.
You're either getting gold, silver, or just shit.
Yeah.
Or
you're either getting the movie, porn, or just a virus.
Yeah. But look, I'm pretty sure I still have some of the songs downloaded there somewhere
from LimeWire. Yeah.
But I think since Apple Music comes out, it like goes through, because I've had like versions that I remember I've used to listen to, and now I listen to it and I'm like, that sounds like a much better version. I think Apple, like once you sign up to Apple Music or stuff like that, it goes through the songs on your phone and gives you like the most up-to-date copyright version of it, so you're still streaming it kind of thing. Because there's songs that just sound completely different to what I downloaded.
Yeah, but that was exciting. And all the old songs, the songs used to be misnamed as well. Yeah, or they just didn't know what bands. So I was like listening to bands that I thought, oh, this song's awesome. Like, and then 10 years later, I'm like, no, the band doesn't make that song.
Yeah, I remember that.
And then like, no, they do.
Yeah, I had that.
What do you mean Tenacious D doesn't do I'm the Only Gay Eskimo?
Yeah, that's right. I remember that.
Everyone thought Tenacious D did the Only Gay Eskimo.
Papa, why aren't there any more fishies left?
Well, I'm just an old sea dog. But it never used to be like this.
Why is there so much plastic?
That damn plastic ruined everything down yonder and Rhonda.
Do you really want this to be your grandchildren's future? Plastic waste in the ocean is a serious problem, as fish and other sea creatures tend to not enjoy it. Luckily, we at 2G1C have come up with a patent-pending invention aimed to cut down on plastic wastage. You heard right, saving plastic. 2G1C scientists have developed a large drinking vessel capable of satisfying up to 2 women at the same time. That's right, 2 girls, 1 cup. 2 girls, 1 cup can hold up to 1 litre of various liquid, from runny liquid, solid liquid, semi-solid liquid, and much more. For only 7 easy payments of $42.99, you can get yourself a 2 girls 1 cup today. Just call 1300 2G1C or search 2 girls 1 cup on Google today, and we can help cut down on plastic together.
Do you?
I love Guitar
Speaking
Hero.
of feeling old, do you know it's been some ridiculous amount of time since the first Harry Potter come out?
Really?
There's doing like this year's like a big I don't know, the movies is redoing the Harry Potter stuff. There's like all this I can't even think of the word, but
Yeah. Well, I think because they just put it on Netflix. So my daughter, she's right into Harry Potter. So the first 2 or 3 are on the kids' Netflix. So she was just going through kids' Netflix when we were at a mate's house, and she watched the first one, and she's like, "Oh, I like Harry Potter." I was like, "Oh yeah, we can watch that sort of thing," because I watched them years ago, but I don't really remember them. Like I remember it was like, "Oh, okay, story." I didn't watch them when they first come out. Like I wasn't a big Harry Potter kid. But I watched them when I was an adult, and I was like, "Oh, that's a pretty good story. Like, I liked it. It was good." Have you seen them?
have I seen them, mate? I grew up with them. I'm not.
Oh, see, you're a Harry,
I'm a Harry
Potter
Potter
kid.
mainly because my brother
So,
looks like Harry Potter.
Shout out to Josh. Do some more wizard work, mate. Anyway, so I have a lot of questions about Harry Potter. So we ended up watching them all. Because I wasn't quite sure, because like I said, the first 2 or 3 are on kids' Netflix, and then the rest are on the adult one. So I was like, oh, I don't know if I should show these to her, because she's only 7. But she loved them, even like the
So
darker
you did
ones.
show them.
Because every Harry...
like, oh.
Every Harry Potter, they get like darker and darker.
as we
That's done on purpose,
yeah. So
right?
because we like, I think I was the same age as Harry Potter. So as they come out, you know, like that 11 or 12 or whatever it was, and then as he became a teenager and things got darker, like, you know, we were getting older and, you know, humor was getting darker and stuff like that as well. So it was really interesting.
Yeah, I did like that, but I have okay. So how come sometimes he can do spells without his wand? Sometimes he can do it. Like there was one where they started and he was like just making that lady turn real fat, like they were eating breakfast or dinner or whatever, and he hated her and he was like doing magic on her, but he didn't have his wand.
I think it's because the magic's inside them, but the wand channels it. So like it gets out of control. It can get out of control without a wand. The wand, I think, helps them like a scope on a gun kind of thing. I think.
So okay, and so how come sometimes they have to say the name of the spell, but sometimes they don't?
I don't know.
And is it like a video game where they have mana, like magic power? Because sometimes they're like, oh, blah, 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 Guardian Leviosa, Acronis, blah, 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 Audacity, whatever. And they're saying spell after spell after spell. And then other times they're like, Lingardian Leviosa, oh, I need to have a rest for a day because I've cast a fucking spell. I don't get how sometimes they're like magic, 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 magic. And then other times they're like, Magic, I better have a rest. Like, the inconsistency drives me insane. Like, have some proper facts about it. That's insane. I don't get it. Like, do you have to say the spell name? Because when they're fighting, like in that last couple, spoilers, if you haven't seen Harry Potter, in the last ones where they're doing that big fight, like they're constantly like, "Whatcha-ta-ta, whatcha-ta-ta, whatcha-ta-ta," and then like every fifth spell, they're like, "Acronus" or whatever they say, whatever. Boom, boom.
I think it was more like to, again, like if they really needed to focus or channel what the spell was. I think it was something like, but then but as they get better, as they become better wizards, and witches, they, can summon spells without having to say it for, because they're so good at it now.
Right.
Yeah.
I guess
Some of the stuff
like
makes sense.
in the book. Yeah. Did you read the book?
No, I can't read.
If you have read Harry Potter, can you write in and tell me if they actually say the spell every time or not? But anyway, I liked Harry Potter. It was good. Like, I liked it. It was a good 15 hours. We watched it in like a week.
Harry Potter marathons are where it's at. It's such a good TV series. Oh, not TV. Well, such a good movie series. Because it's all connected, and I think that if your child's starting your child around that 7 to 12 or something like that, I guess is okay, and it sort of grows up with them, which I think is really cool. But they always released it like every December just before Christmas. So it was such a good.
Oh, really?
I just remember being at the movie theaters
to go watch. Yeah.
Remember the old movie theaters? He went up the stairs and stuff like that.
No, tell me more. You mean the drive-in?
Too far back. No, the Regent Cinema. Where we would line up and go up the stairs and up the other stairs. I remember
smell like popcorn.
I remember being lined up all the way like down the street, like out into the street, windy, like super windy, storm coming, and we're waiting in line to get to Harry Potter. Like we got there, but it was rough. It was a rough hour outside.
Wow.
But
yeah, it would have been full too.
It,
yeah, I do miss going to the movies. When was the last time you actually went to the movies?
Oh, actually, wasn't that long ago to see Fast and Furious, which was a bit ridiculous. But before that, it'd been ages.
Yeah. So my daughter's really into Harry Potter. Like I brought her the little wand from Big Dub, the plastic one. She loves it. But she's so funny. Like she doesn't know. Well, I don't even know the name of the spells. But Wingardium Leviosa. It's Leviosa, not Leviosa. Whatever they say. There's and she keeps calling. What were those things? The demon things. Dementors or something. Dementors. Well, she got her wires crossed in her head, and she's sitting on the couch with her wand, and she's practicing her spells, and she goes, "La da da da, dementia." And I was like, "What?" She goes, "Dementia. The Harry Potter spell." And I went, "Oh, that's so good." Like, imagine if they actually had spells that were like real diseases. Imagine they're just like sitting there and they're like, "Quick, Granny's about to spend our inheritance on another cruise ship. Dementia."
If she, oh Jesus, I can't wait till she's older.
Dementia. But it's like, yeah, imagine if they like got actual diseases and stuff, not just, I don't know, a curse or makes you levitate or gets water. It's like scoliosis. That's where the real magic's at.
Do you reckon?
That's what I want to see.
Do you reckon Harry Potter would be the same in other countries? Like if it was not filmed in England?
Yeah. The Australian has a Potter. Oi, Hazza, get a load of me new wand, mate.
It's just not Voldemort. He's just getting chased by docs or something like that. He's just trying to stay in and out of court all the time.
going down to Centrelink. Or like Germany or something. Like imagine like a German Harry Potter. I don't even really want to do the accent, but it reminded me a bit of like the there was a bit of war elements, like, you know, they were talking about segregation and stuff where, like, the bad, the bad people came in and took over Hogwarts, and I think that was sort of hinting at that sort of segregation for Germans. So imagine the secret chambers of Germany. It's actually just Auschwitz. And they're getting on. Well, they use a train, right? They're using a train to get to Hogwarts. The Germans were the fans of a train. We're not going to Hogwarts this year, kids. Auschwitz, what is that? That's the other thing. Why did they have to take a train to get to this school? Aren't they wizards? Can't they just... Like, sometimes they could teleport places and sometimes they couldn't. I didn't understand that. So why did they have to take a train to this school?
I don't know. I think no, that they did explain that. It was you had to be a certain year before you were allowed to use that magic. So once they got
so it was only the kids.
So the kids, because the seniors I don't think are on the train. The seniors,
okay.
the seniors could just pop in, pop out whenever they wanted to. You weren't allowed to use that magic before.
Right.
Yeah, it was forbidden. El Forbido.
I guess that makes sense. I guess that makes sense.
Maybe you need to watch it again.
No, I liked it. Yeah, I will. I was sort of, half watching it in the background most of it. It was all right. It was good.
Dementia. If she was older and understood what she did, you could have been like, "Who are you? Where am I?
Yeah.
Oh no!
Where are my keys?
Papa, I'm right here. Who are you? Get out!
Have I got a daughter?"
And then just that night, just dish out dinner for everyone else but her. She's like, "Where's my dinner?" It's like, I don't even know who you are.
Yeah, I forgot who you are.
Bloody hell. But
I did enjoy Harry Potter, though. I'll have to rewatch it.
It was good. And there was kind of that, are you Harry Potter or are you Lord of the Rings?
Okay,
I got into Lord of the Rings when I was a bit older, but I didn't really understand it when I was younger. Whereas Harry Potter, I more understood.
Yeah, I seen they put Lord of the Rings on there. I'll probably watch that sometime as well. But they're long as well. Just trying to commit time to watching a long movie. It's hard when you got to catch piss and raise kids, mate.
Catch piss and raise kids.
There's a motivational quote for you.
Howie, Al, mates, I'm so pumped to be on the Slinky Show with you guys. Oh my gosh, you must be so excited. Let me tell you, ever since this pandemic started, I've been feeling pretty down. And I don't have the JD and Al show to get me through anymore. So I was so happy when you guys started the show. I'm so excited. I've listened to every episode and I email in every time you ask. I support all your sponsors and you've gotten me through some really tough times. So let me just say...
All right, that's enough out of that guy. Moving on. Okay, so this is a bit of a clip episode, Howie. I thought we could take a look back. Let's do like 2 each of old episodes. We've got our run sheet here that we write down what we did in each episode. I thought we could look back at 2 episodes each and just talk about the episode and then maybe play a little clip from it. So the first episode was Go Back to was one of the ones that was pretty important for me. That was Aussie, episode 3. So I thought of the idea for that one when I was just watching Kath and Kim, and I explained it in an episode, but basically I looked up on IMDb and found out that there's an American version of Kath and Kim. And if you haven't heard this segment, just jump back and have a listen to that. But basically there's an American version of Kath and Kim on there, and I played some audio of it and we talked about, the differences in stupid American TV shows and how they take up Aussie shows, basically. But that was a great episode for me because I got to practice putting some audio in and just getting a bit more comfortable with the episode there. So I really liked that episode. What did you think of that one?
Yeah, it was good. I liked the pump up music we listened to at the start. To just get us into the mood. But we learnt a lot about Australia, didn't we? Like we learnt so much about things that we've invented, which was cool.
Someone commented
didn't know about it.
Someone commented on our YouTube video that one. If Australia invented Wi-Fi, then why is the internet so slow here? I think that person's from overseas. So, yeah. Leave us a comment on our YouTube videos. But that was a great episode. Aussie.
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I'll put in a quick clip here of my favorite bit from that episode. So thanks for listening. Go check out Aussie.
So anyway, how often do you actually clean your fleshlight? See, I don't really know, but I found out this trick. If you bung it in the microwave for like, I don't know, 30 seconds is too much, 20 seconds is okay.
Would you like some ginger nut biscuits, darling?
Oh, fucking goddamn it, Mama. I'm doing the podcast. Jesus Christ. It's art. God. Fucking hell. Every time I do this stupid thing.
Yeah, so 10 seconds seems to be pretty good.
Yeah, that's really good. I really enjoyed that.
That's
so good. For me, it was probably, you know, it really grinds my gears.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Because you know that I love a rant. Like I'm an old cranky man now. So I love a good old rant. And I thought the artwork for that was probably my favorite. My face on Peter Griffin. But real estate signs. Or the first person to eat an egg, like our conversation about what actually happened there. The Olympics chat, bots friending me on Facebook. Everything, I loved it. What was your favorite part?
I like the fact that you think you need a license to have a kid. Bit of a controversial hot topic there.
Did we get any feedback about that?
No, I just don't think anyone touched that one. But I enjoyed that. And
I think
of course
it's because they agree.
Yeah. But we also found out that Guinness, the people that make the drink, also make the Guinness Book of Records. I legit found that out on the episode. You Googled that while we're talking about it. I did not know that before. That was a great episode, mate. So I'm going to put in a clip of episode 5. You know what really grinds my gears? Here.
Hey, Diane. Hey, Howie. I know things didn't end up right between us, but, you know, I like to communicate through song, and I wrote you a little something. I really appreciate it if you listen to it. Just see how I feel. Okay, but make it quick. Okay, just one second. Just tune my guitar. Okay, we're good to go. Shit, hang on. No. Fuck, no, that's not it. No, hang on. Wait, no. This time I promise. This one's for a special lady. Her name is Diane. I'm gonna have to stop you right there, Howie. That's not right.
Fantastic episode. Love that one. All right, you're up, mate. All right, Howie's funeral speech. All right, do you want me to lay down? Pretend I'm dead?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hi, everyone. My name is Dylan, and I am the best friend of Alex. Alex James Brandon, because we can't say his other name. Firstly, I just want to thank you all for being here. Thank you to everyone that travelled. Can't see Alex right now, but he's shaking his hand and just pissed off. Okay, Alex, what can I say? I always thought I would die first, and I didn't have to do this. But I always remember the time your brother broke your hand kicking a soccer ball at it. I'll always remember the time we became the coolest kids at Kids Zone Ball Pit. I'll always remember the sleepovers we had where you would wake me just to tell me the time. I would remember the time you tried to convince you I was Jesus, but you started to cry. I remember the time you let me break your slinky. But most of all, I'll always remember the time we hugged for ages at the Impy. I'll always remember the time of our Brisbane trips recruiting people for Guitar Hero. I'll always remember our uncontrollable laughs, our games of hacky sack soccer in the lounge room, our trips to Macca's where we would play for hours, then convince our parents to let us go back to each other's house to play some more, and to be tired, oh, another time, kids, another time. I remember all your dogs and the time you tried to eat their shit as babies. I'll miss you, Al,
but I'm keen to see what she left me in the inheritance. P.S. I convinced everyone to let it be an open coffin, and I thought it'd be funny if I propped up your pants so it looks like you have a raging erection. P.P.S. I've also replaced you on the podcast. His name is Harold. He's 4'6", and he plays the flute. We're recording in his mum's basement next week. Please come back. Cheers, LT brah.
That was actually legit good.
That's kind of all I've got. That's kind of it, yeah.
That's all right. No, that's all right. That's fine. That's your bucket list, mate. You could do your bucket list next week.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I can't get into Adelaide. I can't get overseas.
Oh well.
That's the other stuff I do. I'm sure there's more. Yeah, there would be more.
All right.
Yeah. All right. What's
so
yours?
when we wrote this down, I was like, oh yeah, I can write down this bucket list. I'll blah 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 blah. I'll even Google some whatever. I can't think of nearly anything I want to do. Like, obviously, I want to go overseas again, but I don't consider going overseas like a bucket list item, traveling. Like, that's just holidays that I'm going to do. It's not like I'm going to cross it off the list. When I was thinking like bucket list items, I was like, oh, climb Mount Everest or swim with great white sharks. I don't want to do any of that. I really don't want to swim with the shark. Like, it's fine if you want to do it. I don't care, but I don't want to swim with the shark. I don't want to climb Mount Everest. And I was like, what do I really want on my bucket list before I die? I was like, I don't want to work. I don't want that on my bucket list. I want to put no work and no debt.
Yeah.
And that's like it. I just want to live debt-free with no work and not worry about shit. Obviously, I want to go back overseas and travel and stuff, but to me, that's not like a bucket list item. Like, I want to see the Ganges, or I want to see this pyramid. Because that's the other thing I hate about traveling overseas is tourist destinations. So I've only been to a couple of countries. Germany, Austria, same shit. Portugal and Ireland, right? I don't care about seeing the sights. The best thing you can do in another country is go to a pub and talk to the local people. I swear to God, the best thing you can do, go have a beer and just try and talk to the local people, because the local people are like what makes that country a country. So going to Ireland and going to a pub is a million times better than going sightseeing in Ireland. Going to a small German pub and trying their local beer is a million times better than, I don't even know what a German sightseeing attraction is. But I love doing that more than go see this stupid thing that honestly, every sight attraction is busy. Everywhere you go in the world, like, I couldn't think of anything worse than going to Paris and seeing the Eiffel Tower. I can Google that shit, mate. I could Google it right now. I'm sure they have VR. It looks the exact same in real life as it does, but you can pay thousands of dollars and wait 6 hours in line. Why would I do that? Go somewhere else in France and go drink some wine at a cafe with some locals or whatever. Is a million times better than sightseeing. That's what I was thinking with the bucket list. I don't give a fuck about sightseeing and shit, but I do want to go overseas again. But then I was like, I just Googled common bucket list ideas. Attend the Olympics, be in a parade float, ride a mechanical bull, ride horses on the beach. If on your bucket list is ride horses on the beach, get a better life, mate. Like, ride a horse on the beach. I don't like these experiences that are like, boom, done. Like, imagine being debt-free or ride a fucking horse on the beach. Jesus Christ.
If you're debt-free, you don't work, you can ride a horse wherever you want.
Yeah,
As long as you
exactly.
can pay the horse off.
Let me read some other common ones. Swim in every major ocean. Like, what? I don't know. I'm probably just making fun of so many people here. Swim. Oh, here we go. Swim in the Bahamas.
Oh.
Did you Google that one, mate?
No. I want to go to this resort.
No, I get what you're saying, but to me, I don't know. Bucket list items is like you want to check that off, and a lot of people, I'm sure, want to go that haven't traveled overseas. On their bucket list is like just travel overseas, which is awesome, which is fine. But to me, there's so much like I think we talked about it before as well. A couple of years ago, even when I was like, oh, I'm so looking forward to this holiday, man. I'm like stuck in work. I just working for this holiday. And we talked about how the holiday, when you're in a job and you're not particularly liking it and you're working for this holiday, the holiday goes like this. It's over in 2 weeks. You get there, you unpack, you get drunk a couple nights, you're back in that job. It's that grind, and it's like that working for the weekend mentality that is just crazy. And I think that ties into these bucket lists with me, where I go, yeah, I'd love to travel overseas, which I'm going to do anyway, which is not really on my bucket list, but I don't want to work. I don't want to be in debt the rest of my fucking life until I'm 75 and my hands barely work on a keyboard, and goddamn Johnson asked me for the 7th time this week if his docking stations come in, and I type in, not yet, Johnson. We'll keep an eye out for it. I just want to be free to do whatever I want to do, whenever I want to do. I don't specifically have a list of set out things, which is fine if you've got swim with great white sharks or whatever, and bungee jump. I would go bungee jumping and sort of thing, but it's not a thing I sort of seek out to do. If you know what I mean, I'd rather. I don't know. I don't think I'm explaining it very well.
No, I get what you're saying. I'd hate to see your shopping list. You'd just be walking around the house complaining, going, "I just wish I was fed." When like on the list, you're like, "Well, you kind of need carrots, and you kind of need meat, and you kind of need, milk and some other stuff." So you're skipping the whole action stage to seek that. And you're just like, "I just want to be happy by not working."
I just want to be happy, mate. I just want to be happy and free. I don't give a shit about whether I've done this. It's interesting too because I never went overseas. So, Eugenia is from overseas. So I probably would have never went overseas until it was with her. Growing up in Tamworth in Australia, you don't know a lot of people that have really traveled much, let alone traveled overseas. So you build up this expectation, these thoughts, these things, like what's it going to look like, what's it going to be, and where. So Bad Reichenhall, shout out to Bad Reichenhall, there's a place just near there called Tumsey, which is where her mum works. It's a hotel. You walk out the front of this hotel and you look at the mountains. You could take a photo and it's a postcard. Any day of the week, it looks like a postcard. And I remember being at this spot, looking at these beautiful, insane mountains and thinking, I still feel the same. It didn't change me. I still feel as shit as I did working at my job and doing shit all week. Why aren't these beautiful mountains changing everything? Because I put up so much expectation and thought and spent thousands of dollars to get there. And then you're like, cool, some mountains, awesome. Back to work. I don't know, back to my $3,000 flight, back to my job that I love.
I think what we're getting out of this is you need counseling and you need to find another job.
This is my fucking counseling. I'm paying you for this.
Everyone's listening going, Alex is miserable as fuck.
You called me on a good day. I don't know.
I'm trying. Different if you had a job you liked.
Yes, very much so. I think that's what this gets back to. I'm just looking through all these bucket list shits, and I'm like, it just sucks. Okay, let's say my bucket list was swim with sharks and go bungee jumping, right? Which I'm not having a go at you. That's fine. That's I'm not trying to have a go at anyone. But let's say in 6 months' time, you can go swim with the shark. And then it's done. And then what? You go back home. You're sitting on your couch playing FIFA, which is cool. I don't know. I guess it's an expectation that's not getting met.
But I've swum with sharks. Done.
Yes. Cool.
The difference is
Mate,
I hadn't swum with sharks before. Now I have. I saw a shark.
I think I guess it's more, I guess the best time, it's also got me thinking about traveling a lot, which I fucking miss traveling so much. We're so overdue to go traveling. I just like experiences more than bucket list items. I don't know, the more I look at bucket list items, the more stupid I think they are. Or it comes back to sightseeing. Go to a pub, go to a normal shop. To me, going to a shop, we went to some shops that were just way more interesting, that would be the equivalent of their Binley IGA, is way more interesting than going to see some site. Oh, this is some beer house that's so famous, that's fucking packed to the brim of tourists. It's so bullshit when you can go to some small IGA in Germany, so much more interesting than that. And I think that's what
sounds
relays.
like that's your bucket list, is to go to
well, maybe
sounds like that's your bucket list.
Go to a shop.
You're upset that people want to go to the sightseeing and you want to go to a pub. Some people just want to go to both.
Yeah, I don't know. It's triggering me a bit. I just Googled on this top list, physical. So I guess like bucket list as well, physical health goals. I put them way more ahead because I want to lose weight. I've got that way more ahead on my bucket list than, I don't know. But one of this, I swear to God, this is what I'm reading. Number 9, stay up to date on vaccines and flu shots. Oh, Brenda, what's on your bucket list? Oh, I really want to go to Turkey, and I really want to fly here, and I really want to go bungee jumping. Oh, cool. Brenda, what's on your things? Stay up to date on vaccines and flu shots. Get a fucking better life, Brenda. Jesus Christ. Read 5 books. Haven't read 1 book. Pay off all credit card debt. I don't know. I think
there you are. Is that yours?
No. I think it's more. I'm more interested about self-improvement and making every day better rather than. I think it's because I've had so many of those expectations, so many of that living for the weekend mentality that I've been doing for years. That looking forward to that holiday. Oh, as soon as we go to America, it's gonna be so. Oh well, America, look, big food, haha. Anyway, back to normal. To me, it's like it just comes and goes like that. It's just all bullshit that you.
Sounds like you've had It sounds like you've had a lot of disappointment from sitting at work thinking this time next week I'm going to be looking at the hills in Germany, getting to Germany and looking at the hills, going fuck. This time next week I'm going to be back looking at Jonathan asking me about his desktop, and I think. I don't think it's the hills. I think it's you hate your job.
Yeah, I think so.
That you can't enjoy
every day.
You can't be in the moment and cannot enjoy the hills because you're just thinking about that.
And don't get me wrong, I loved Germany. We're going back there as soon as we can. I love Germany. I love the German people. I love the food. I love the culture. But I love living there as well with traveling. So when we went to Ireland, it was a bit go here, go there, which was still good and still fun.
Yeah.
But when you actually get to stay in a place longer than a week and you sort of live there, that's 1,000,000 times better than going to the fucking Eiffel Tower.
Yeah. So I think your version of experiences is different.
Yeah, and that's
like some people is seeing the thing they saw on the movie or in the postcard.
Yeah.
For you, it's actually being a part of the community and stuff like that.
Yeah, I think so.
And not having to go back to your job.
Yeah.
Does your work listen to this? Because you're fucked.
I hope not. By the way, if work's listening, I'm talking about my old job. I love my current job.
No one even knows you're there. No one knows your name's Alex.
Every week
I'm Brendan.
I swear to God, next week I'm not going to complain about one thing. I swear to God, next week, if you hear one complaint, I'm fired from Linking Slinkies.
I don't think you can do it.
Oh, you don't think I can? All right, next grind. Companies pushing climate change on the consumer. This drives me insane.
So I seen this statistic once that like the top 100 companies are responsible for like 80% of climate change, right?
Yeah.
Then they have the audacity to be like, are you going plastic free next Tuesday? Are you changing to cardboard straws, which are horrible, by the way? But don't get me wrong, I'm all for reducing the impact to the environment, but not from a company that dumps oil in the fucking middle of the ocean to kill sweet baby penguins. I don't need to hear from them about how me having one plastic straw once a week is killing the turtles. Right?
Yeah, one plastic straw. Like plastic straws, just on that. Like, there's just like until you can sort out the paper.
Oh,
like,
you're halfway through your slushy and the straw's like bent and dumb. And,
just have mouthful of paper. Yeah, I'm all happy for saving the environment, but like until I don't mind the big paper straws. Like they're not too bad. The big solid ones. But when you get these tiny little ones, like they've just rolled up an A4 piece of paper and just shoved it in your drink, like that's sorry, it's not my turn, but it's just on that. I just want to add that too.
And it's like 7-Eleven. We're helping the environment by changing our straws to cardboard or paper or plastic, whatever it's called. And then they're like, sorry, we dumped all that petrol in the ocean. Anyway, the straws are saving the turtles. Right?
It's yeah. I know there's no like even a little bit helps out. Like I get that, but there's still so much.
I don't even think a little bit really helps out. I think it more helps you sleep at night. Yeah. You not using the plastic glad bags for your kids' lunchbox helps you sleep at night. But the restaurant down the road just used 300 meters of cling wrap last night.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm all for reducing plastic waste, 100%. But you, as a consumer of your household, using a glad bag every other day, not gonna do sweet FA when there's other huge countries that are destroying the world.
Yeah.
So, anyway. Well, Garth's been to Africa. It's insane.
What's the AIDS like?
It's not noticeable. Everyone's skinny, so you can't tell who's who.
Why did you teach them sign language and not just bring them some water, man? Like, what's wrong with you?
What? Oh, so my partner went over teaching with a school that was like substitute teachers, went over to help and that sort of stuff, volunteer in educational systems. And she just happened to get placed in a deaf school. So she had to in Africa, she had to learn sign language when she got there to be able to teach in the school. And so she went over and then came back, and then I went over with her to like meet everyone and hang out for a bit. We actually got married over there and baptized. It was crazy.
Married, baptized?
Yeah, we did like a full body baptism.
Were you into it, or were you just like doing it for the experience?
It was a cool experience, but like I got lots of Christian things going on, so it was. But at the time, it was kind of like I feel like I'm being forced to do this.
Okay.
But it's
the
a bit
wedding
weird
or
when
the
you
baptism?
Both, man.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. They were like, oh, you haven't been married properly yet, so we'll get you married over here. And it was pretty wild. So like the whole town turned out for the white people getting married, and so there's like 500 people just jam packed into this church, and they did a service first, and it's like old school services where they're like 5 hours long. So we got up in the morning and got dressed for our wedding, and then went, and they were like, oh, we still got the service to go. You guys are going to have to sit in the car. So we sat in the car for 5 hours just in our wedding. Yeah. And then they then we got out and we're like, we can't sit in this car any longer. We need like food and stuff. I'm starting to shake. And then one of the guys got upset that I had long hair because I had like hair down to my ass. And they have like strict rules about how long your hair can be and stuff. So we went and I had an argument with a guy who wanted to like cut my hair before the wedding. Yeah, I was like, no, we're not doing this. And then the minister or priest or whatever came in and was like, what the hell's the problem? And he's like, he's got long hair. We can't marry him. And they're like, what are you talking about? There's 500 people here to see this. We're not going to cut his hair or ruin this wedding. So I had it all tied up in like a bun because I knew they didn't like it. And they took it out of the bun and jammed it down the back of my shirt, which is just the most. Imagine just putting your beard in your shirt, Howie, and just walking around all day like that.
Yeah.
It was crazy. Anyway, so then we got married and it upset my mum because we weren't married yet. So she cried. And
now, was that legally married or was it like
we didn't? I mean, when we went to get married again, we didn't know if it was legal or not. So we had to go and like contact the Malawi government, and and they don't have like records over there because if we're legally married and then we get married again, the person who marries us would get fined by our government. And so the people are like, we don't know if you're married, so we can't marry you until you like get a specific yes or no. Anyway, so after 4 months or something, 4 months, we finally got on to someone who could tell us about the marriage registry in Malawi, and we weren't married. We weren't on there.
So it was just the ceremony and stuff.
Yeah, but we signed stuff and did all kinds of crazy things.
Do you think it just got lost, or did he just not? What do you think that was?
Sounds like a waste of 5 hours.
Yeah. We got a good story. They fed us a chicken after. It was good.
A whole chicken.
Yeah, guy gave me some socks. Yeah, we went back and we had like a reception, and they put out this big feast. There was some guy who works in Parliament that had like our reception at his house, and he put on this big feast. And then not only did we have to wait at the wedding, but then we had to wait at the feast for like hours. People didn't show up for ages. There was so much food there, and then they just come out and like, you guys can eat if you want. And we're like, there's no one here.
So how long did it take all up?
Oh, all day, like 12 hours.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was wild. It was fun. It was good. It was fun. But there was points where I was like, okay, I haven't talked to anyone for 3 hours.
I'm ready, buddy. All right. So
you ready?
You explain it. I'm too excited.
Okay, so one of ours and my favorite YouTube videos is like the roast of celebrities, where it's like this huge dinner, like a ball. They sit up the front and they have a host. It's like generally by the people of SNL. And I think one of the best ones was James Franco or Justin Bieber, where Bieber was best, where they just roast them. Bieber had to sit in the middle, and like 10 people are there, and they just take turns roasting each other, and then they have to roast Bieber at the end of it. So like 10 people do 10 different speeches, and then at the end, Bieber got to do a reply, which was obviously written by someone. But yeah, the reply was pretty good, and like the audience is just there, like an awards night. They're all black tie, having dinner at these round tables and stuff like that. It's like real fancy roast. Brutal and just incredible show. And I think they're taking them off YouTube because it's really hard to find them now. Like there used to be full episodes and stuff, and now it's just tiny bits.
Clips.
Anyway, Alex and I thought we would attempt to roast each other. Like, let's see how it goes. None of what we're saying is true, or might be, but we very much love each other. Everything's going to be okay. We're just going to let each other have it for 5 minutes each.
Yeah. So everyone knows. People know what a roast is, though, like the roast joke.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah. So, roast is trying to be as offensive to insult the other person as possible.
Well, it's a joke. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's a joke.
Yeah. So you take a real element from a person's life and you make fun of it. If you grew up in Australia, you got roasted every day.
Yeah, it just wasn't called that.
Yeah.
Banter. Yeah.
Banter, yeah.
Okay.
All right, who's going first? You or me?
You're going first because I wrote mine like just as we were getting on this because
Okay.
I was unprepared. Yeah. Whereas you've been messaging me all week with jokes and stuff, and I literally wrote this just before.
Okay, so like Howie said, please don't anybody listening, don't take offense. I'm just joking around here. These are all jokes. We love each other, and also the other things that I make fun of in here are just a joke. So just everyone chill out and be cool. All right.
All right.
And these are I don't know. I don't know how to write a roast joke either. I know how to do band. Yeah.
What if we cry? What happens?
We'll get more views. Clickbait.
Man in Dolphins jersey cries.
I also don't know how to really write a roast joke. Like I've listened to a lot of them, but it's sort of hard when you go to write one down. So please go easy on me if you're listening. That might sound a bit cringy or bad or whatever. Anyway.
Fuck 'em. Let's do it.
All right. You know, Howie isn't circumcised. They tried, but Tamworth Hospital just didn't have small enough scissors. They did, however, manage to confirm the extra chromosome. So, congratulations on free Centrelink for the rest of your life. Don't spend it on hats, mate. I can tell when Howie edits things on our podcast. There's whiteout all over the monitors. Now, that's an inside joke for him. All right, ready? Let me do an impression of Howie when he starts recording. You know, Howie has more ticks than a stray dog. Smells worse too. At least stray dogs still have their balls. Maybe you could go check on your 15 dogs in the puppy mill you're running in your backyard, mate. Howie's feet are flatter than Miley Cyrus's ass. At least your ass is more tanned, right? Or do you not fake tan your ass? Howie lost his hair at the ripe old age of 17. I've seen cancer patients with more hair on their head. They say you are what you eat, but I've never seen you eat a bald eagle. But your beard looks great, mate. But I forgot to ask, was it hard joining ISIS, or are they just letting any cuck in now? Your beard looks like a disabled bird's nest. My pubes are better groomed, thanks to Manscaped. But Howie's business is going really well. How are your 4 clients going? I bet you always dreamed of quitting your job and starting your own business just to mop dicks on the gym floor. Howie's back is more fucked than Sasha Grey in a gangbang. Add on your knees for a real orgy of your body getting fucked, followed by a breakdown. Howie was asked to a guy's house to stick little pricks into him. He was so disappointed when it was just acupuncture. Not sure why you came home with hickeys all over your body, but whatever helps you recover. I love you, buddy. That's all I got.
That's all you got? Okay. That was very good. Yeah. The hickeys was hard to explain.
Yeah.
Very good, mate.
Couple of inside jokes there too, just for Howie.
Yeah, a couple of inside jokes. Okay. Very good. Righto. Let's do this. You ready? I wrote mine sort of like a speech instead of joke for joke.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. All right. Mate, I want this to be a positive roast. Like I wanted one that inspires people to know that their life is not that bad. Okay? Like it could be worse. That could be you. You came into my life so long ago now, and all I can say is that it's a good thing you're adopted. So you didn't have to look at people that look like you. It's pretty tough. I'm so sorry about how insecure you are about your monobrow. I didn't think it looks that bad.
Kind of looks like an old ratty tug-of-war rope with both teams at the end are 6-foot-tall hairy Maoris and the middle of the rope is barely hanging on. I understand you don't have lawn right now, but when I asked if you had a mower, I wasn't talking about your lawn. I love how you tried to grow a beard like me, except your eyebrows just connected to your neck. It's made a boundary around your face, which isn't a bad thing. It's kind of like a moat. And your nose is the castle. I'll always remember your first hemorrhoid. We called it Samantha. It was kind of like a third testicle, and it's not as if you haven't ever had a testicle slap against your cheeks before. I don't want to bring up the fact that you're 7 foot tall into this, but you're such a beautiful man, I had no other choice. You're so tall, no matter where you go, you can still see your house. You remind me of a giraffe that barely has its shit together. You're so tall that when you get a haircut, the barber classifies it as a hike and sticks a flag on top of your head. They also get to tick it off their bucket list. You make Happy Meals unhappy. When you cut onions, the onions cry. I'm not going to talk about your kids or your ability as a father. You're an incredible dad. They are so lucky to have you. It just must be tough that they pretend they don't know you in public. It must be the $4 hat. Should have spent the $50. That's my uncle. None of these are insults. I'm just describing you for our listeners at home. Al, happy birthday. I love you, Bubba boy. I appreciate you worrying about me, but please don't worry about me. Just worry about your eyebrows. I want to leave you with this. You're as useless as the letter UE in Q. Peace out. There we go.
Well done.
That's all I got. That's okay.
Well done. I'm just going to have a quick cry and then we'll...